Hey guys, Riley here from McNaught Cadillac in Winnipeg, Manitoba, and I've got an exciting review video for you today. This is the all-new 2021 Cadillac CT5 V-Series. Now this is the 360 horsepower Twin Turbo V6 edition. We've got a Blackwing on order and it's on the way, so stay tuned for another review video. But in today's video, we're going to do an in-depth walk around showing you everything on the exterior, the interior, and then we're going to talk about performance and technology that you're going to find in this all-new Cadillac CT5. Now, what I love about the CT5 is that it is the perfect daily driver. You've got an available all-wheel drive system, even with that twin turbo. So that's definitely giving you really great traction off the get-go. And the performance is pretty respectable while still maintaining definitely above average fuel economy with the 10-speed automatic transmission. Now on the front end of the vehicle, what you're gonna see is the gloss black front grille. Now the CT5 V-Series, as well as the Sport trim, sticks with that nice blackout design. You've got the black window trim, you've got the black front grille, as well as the aggressive Sport front fascia. The headlights are fully LEDs. You've got the 3 LED bulbs, as well as your running light Cadillac light bar. So that's fully LED as well. It looks incredible at night. What I like about these headlights is you've got the available cornering lamp feature. So basically what that's going to do is it's going to use this light bar here to project some light off to the side of the vehicle when you're using your turning signal or turning into a corner. And of course that's just going to enhance your visibility at night when you're cornering in this vehicle. Now on the front end, you're going to find your forward-facing parking sensors. There's a total of 4. And then you've also got your forward-facing camera, which is part of the HD surround vision camera package. Now the adaptive cruise control sensor is just located up behind the rear view mirror. If you look right up here, you will find the camera itself. And under the hood, of course, like I said, 360 horsepower, 405 pound-feet of torque. That's a twin turbo V6 engine, pushing plenty of power to all 4 wheels. This particular one is the rear-wheel drive configuration though, but of course all-wheel drive is an option. Now let's talk about the wheels on the all-new CT5 V-Series. Now this particular one is equipped with the 20-inch gloss black wheels, and these are absolutely incredible. What you're going to find behind the wheels though is the Brembo brake calipers. Now you've actually got the V logo imprinted on the brake calipers themselves. And what's really nice is Cadillac actually gives you the option for a couple different colors on those brake calipers. You could get them in red, blue, as well as yellow. Now, of course, one of the other distinguishing factors about the V is the V badging. You're gonna find that on both front fenders as well as on the rear of the vehicle. If we take a look at the mirror caps themselves, really nice blackout mirror caps. You've got the side blind zone detection indicator on the mirror itself. These are power folding. They've got the LED turn signal indicator, as well as the LED floodlights, which are going to project some light just next to the vehicle itself at night. Once again, kind of greeting you to your Cadillac when it's dark outside. Now, if you look nice and closely, you will find the camera, which is located just underneath the mirror. And once again, that's going to help stitch together the 360-degree view that you'll find with your HD surround vision camera. Now, other than that, on the side of the vehicle, you've got the nice new redesigned door handles. These aren't physical handles anymore, so there's essentially a sensor located just behind the handle, and you're able to open up the door as long as the key is in your pocket. It's also got the illuminated feature here as part of the enhanced lighting package, so that's going to once again light up the door handles at night. And the V-Series, as well as the Sport trim, has the widened side rockers. So that's once again just a little bit wider, more aggressive as part of that kind of sport design. And once again, here's another look at those rear 20-inch gloss black rims. Really nice. That's probably my favorite wheel option in this vehicle. Now on the back end of the CT5, you've got the fastback design, the rear spoiler, as well as your quad tip exhaust system. And what I'm going to do here is show you the key fob. So if you take a look at the all-new key fob, it's totally redesigned for the 2021 CT5V, and it's got the nice gloss red with the V logo on the back. It's absolutely incredible. So excited for this new key fob. I think that's a really nice touch that Cadillac added. Now, in order to use your remote start, just hit the lock button once and double tap the remote start button. and the Cadillac CT5V is going to start right up, no problem. Now the taillights themselves are full LEDs. You've got your parking sensors on the back. And of course the design on the rear of the vehicle is nice and aggressive, which we love to see. Now in order to open up the trunk, you've got a couple options. You could double tap the button on here. There's a button just underneath the handle, and you could also kick just underneath the rear bumper. It's got the hands-free liftgate option. Now once again, talking about a practical daily driver, you've got plenty of storage space in this trunk. The seats will fold down 60-40 split, so you've got options if you want to put some golf clubs in the back. And then if you lift up the storage tab here, you've got a little bit more storage on the interior. All right, so we're gonna do one more walk alongside the exterior. One more camera I wanna point out to you is on the rear fin here. That's gonna be your rear camera mirror. So that's a nice elevated spot on the car, so that's not gonna get dirty. You're not gonna have any dirt kicking up and getting the camera dirty for that rear camera mirror. The thing's always gonna stay clean in that particular location. All right, so now it's time to take a look at the interior of the all-new CT5V. Now at first glance, we've got the jet black leather appointed seating. Now these front seats are perforated, heated and ventilated seats. You've also got the massage function for both the driver and passenger, so that's really nice. You've got your fully power adjustable seat settings as well as your lumbar support. And what's nice about the V-Series is you get that nice V sill plate, the aluminum sill plate. That's a nice touch. And then just below, we've got the Cadillac premium rubber mats. I strongly encourage these. Helps keep your carpet clean, and of course you want to take care of this nice car. Now on the door panel itself, you are going to find your 15-speaker Bose premium audio system. And what's really cool is they've actually opted to use the aluminum speaker grills now. So that's going to also kind of complement the perforation pattern on your leather seating. Now on the door panel itself, you will find your power adjustable mirrors, your power folding mirror option, your auto one touch down and one touch up windows for all 4 windows. And then you've got your driver's memory seat settings here, which you could also set your exit position. So it's going to back up the seat when you're getting out. Last but not least, you've also got a button for the trunk right here. You could pop that open, no problem. Now just next to the steering wheel itself, you will find your heads-up display controls, which I'm going to show you once we're sitting inside the vehicle, your electronic parking brake, and your interior brightness switch. Now the steering wheel itself is fully power adjustable. The controls are going to be right here. And then right behind the steering wheel itself, you will find the magnesium paddle shifters, which is a really nice touch for the V. All right, now we've gone ahead and taken a seat in the driver's seat of the all-new 2021 CT5 V-Series. And we're gonna start off over here with this suede wrapped steering wheel. Absolutely incredible, nice and comfortable grip. And on the left-hand side here, you will find your cruise controls. You've got your heated steering wheel option with the LED indicator just to let you know that that is turned on. And of course, this vehicle also includes adaptive cruise control and forward collision alert, so you're able to adjust the gap that the vehicle is gonna follow the car in front of you. Now over here, you will find your hands-free calling buttons, which is going to work with your Bluetooth phone connectivity or your Apple CarPlay. And of course, once again, you got those magnesium paddle shifters, really nice and easily accessible behind the steering wheel itself. Now over here on the right-hand side, you will find your 5-point command center with the rotator dial. So this is going to actually configure everything you see on this 12-inch display on the front end here. Now, this is definitely one of the best displays Cadillac has ever produced, outside of the all-new Escalade, I would say. You've got so many different options here that it would take a whole video itself to go over everything, but one of my favorite happens to be the display theme setting. Now, if we jump onto that menu, you could see right now I'm in tour view, but if we jump on down below to sport mode, it's going to reconfigure the digital display, and it's going to have a much more aggressive appearance with some of that red on the tachometer. Now, if we drop it on down one more lower, you're going to enter track display view, which is perhaps one of the coolest features about this car. Once again, it's going to reconfigure absolutely everything on that center display. And if you look on the left-hand side, you've got everything from your tire pressure, your oil life, And what's also neat is you're able to display a few other performance-oriented options, such as your G-force as well as your traction. And as we head on a little bit lower over to the side, you've actually got a performance timer, which is super cool. If you want to take this thing to the track, it's actually going to time your 0 to 100 km/h track time. And of course, you could change that over to the Imperial system and get miles per hour. But the V definitely wants you to take this thing out to the track. It's got all the options on the screen itself, so that's what I really like about it. If we head on a little bit lower here, you are going to find a couple more buttons on the steering wheel, and that includes the V mode. So there's a couple different drive mode selections on this vehicle. If you take a look down here, you've got the mode selector. So you've got the sport mode, the tour mode, and then you've also got my mode, which is actually going to allow you to tailor some of the settings of the vehicle itself, such as your suspension, your steering, and of course your transmission characteristics. And then you've also got the track mode, of course, and last but not least, we've also got the snow and ice mode. So all in all, pretty neat. Now the last button here, which I mentioned before, the V button, what that's going to do is actually give you the maximum performance. So you could dive into the settings, and once again, similar to your My mode, the V mode is going to be your performance customizable drive mode. So definitely gives you all the options you need to maximize the performance out of this car. Now as we take a look over here, you've got the 10-inch horizontal touch display. Now this is a 1080p display, best in class, high resolution display, really responsive. Cadillac did a great job with this infotainment system. You've got your radio, AM, FM, and Sirius XM. You've also got your Bluetooth phone connectivity. Your navigation is actually really great in this vehicle. I'm going to show you just real quick here how responsive it is. So you're able to use one finger to scroll or 2 fingers to pinch to zoom in and out. You could even rotate the screen itself just to give you the best point of view. And then once again, the keyboard on the screen is absolutely incredible, really responsive and easy to type things in nice and fast. As you see, I could pop up the dealership, no problem. And if we head on over here, you've got the Wi-Fi hotspot. That's an OnStar subscription-based service. It's going to use the antenna on the top of the car, giving you better cell connectivity, and you could connect up to 10 devices. You've got your user profile app, which will allow you to have different, if you and your wife share the car, you're able to set up your own profile. It's going to remember your radio settings and all your vehicle settings. The settings app itself, I'm not going to get too far into it, but essentially what you're able to do is set everything from your automatic locking doors, your remote start, if you want the seats to automatically heat when you start your remote start, or the exterior lighting features. It's got all the options in there. You've got Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and what's new to 2021 is the wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. You've got option to download additional apps, your OnStar services, as well as your climate controls, which are accessible from the touchscreen itself. Or of course, you could control everything using the hard buttons on this row right here. You've even got a little LCD display here showing what your temperature is. Heading on over to the camera system, this vehicle is equipped with the HD surround vision camera. So what you're able to do with this is get a full 360 bird's eye view on the left-hand portion, and then you've got your forward-facing and rear-facing camera on the right-hand screen. Now this camera system is absolutely incredible. There's a hydrophobic coating on the camera itself, so it's not going to get dirty too easily when you're driving in the winter or in the rain. This is one of my favorite views. This is the curb view display, which allows you to see a different perspective just next to your front and rear tires. So that's going to come in handy when you're parallel parking. You don't want to scratch up those 20-inch gloss black wheels. And of course, last but not least, you are able to turn on and off the trajectory lines. So that's going to kind of give you some extra feedback on the screen just when you're backing up and parking. Now just below that, you've got the My Cadillac app, which will sync up to your smartphone, Sirius XM, and then you've got the video recorder. So if you want to use the surround vision recorder, basically what you got to do is plug in an SD card, and that's going to save all your driving data. So that's really good in the event that you were to get into an accident or something. Just below the screen itself, you've finally got a hard volume knob. So that's really nice. A lot of people didn't like the digital kind of sliding function that was in some of the previous generations, but now you've got physical knobs to adjust your volume a lot quicker. Now just below the climate controls, you will find your heated and ventilated front seats. You've got your parking sensors as well as your automatic park assist. So that's going to actually allow the car to not only parallel park, but park perpendicularly. If you are within a couple different cars, it'll actually map out the parking spot and do everything for you, as well as the automatic braking. So that's absolutely incredible. I'm going to post another video showing that feature in depth. You've got your lane keep and lane departure warning. You've got, once again, easy access to open up that 360-degree surround vision camera system, and then your passengers' heated and cooled seats. Now, just behind the shifter itself, we've got the drive mode selector, which I talked about, your traction control, your auto holds, which is a nice feature if you're at a red light. As long as you come to a complete stop, you could actually let your foot off the brake, and it's going to hold the vehicle to a standstill until you apply the gas. So that's nice, so you don't have to hold your foot on the brake the whole time. And then last but not least, you've got the auto start-stop feature with the disable switch. Now, the wireless charging pad is actually in a really convenient spot. So obviously your phone's still within hand's reach if you want to glance at it without actually being on the phone. It's in a really nice spot, it's visible, and it's got the rubber texturized grip, so it's not gonna scratch your phone whatsoever, and it's not gonna slide around. It's pretty secure. Over here you've got the cup holders with the nice soft touch materials and the aluminum trim. And then over here is the precision shift selector. So this is a digital shift selector, really easy to use. As long as you've got your foot on the brake, all you have to do is push the button on the left-hand side, and you're gonna push once down. That's gonna enter into drive. And if you jump one more down, it's gonna enter the manual mode. And then if we go all the way forward, it's gonna put you into reverse. And with the push of a button, you're able to enter park again. It's gonna give you a little noise just to let you know that you're in park. Now, just below the shifter, you will find the infotainment controls with the rotary dial. So this dial is actually really easy to use. If you don't want to get your touchscreen dirty, you're able to simply turn the dial, and you're also able to click in to enter an app. So that's no problem whatsoever. And then of course you've got your back button. You've got a quick toggle to your phone, your navigation, and your audio, as well as another volume shifter just down below here as well. Now, the cool thing about this infotainment system is it's also got the jog function, so the whole entire dial itself will jump over to the right and left, and that's going to jump screens for you. So it's really easy to use once you get used to it, and of course it just gives you another option if you want to keep that screen nice and clean. Now, the armrest itself is really nice and comfortable. You've got the offset stitching here. Now, it opens up from the driver's side, and once you're inside, you've got access to your SD card slot, USB-C, and USB Type-A. And you've also got your 12-volt car charging outlet. Now, another thing right here is actually this little slot here, which is one more spot that you could put your phone. It's going to keep it nice and secure. If you hit the brakes or hit the gas, your phone's not going to go flying out. It's going to be nice and secure in this slot. Now, the seats themselves are nice and comfortable. You've actually got these extendable seat bolsters here down below. So if you've got longer legs, that's going to keep things nice and comfortable on those longer drives. And on the dash itself, once again, nice soft touch materials on the dash. You've got the faux carbon fiber on the dash itself. And then of course your glove box, pretty standard stuff here. I've got the window sticker and the block heater cord inside. Now, moving on up towards the ceiling, you will find the popular HD rear camera mirror. Now, this is really nice. It's located on the top fin on the rear of the vehicle, so the camera's not going to get dirty whatsoever. And it gives you just a whole different perspective of what's behind you. Now, the cool thing about this is you are able to zoom in and out, giving you greater vantage points if you're on the highway or in an urban setting. And then of course you could also adjust the tilt, giving you maximum visibility depending on your situation. Now, if you don't want to use this rear camera mirror, simply flip the toggle forward, and now you are using the regular standard mirror. Now, heading on up towards the ceiling, you will find your OnStar buttons. You've got your LED lighting on the interior cabin, and then you've got your slide and tilt sunroof controls with the sunshade, which is power retracting. Now, as you can see, this car is equipped with the Ultraview dual sunroof, so you've got lots of natural light on the rear of the vehicle as well as the front cabin. And just above that, you will find your transmitter, garage door transmitter, so that's nice. Now, all in all, that pretty much sums up the driver's front seat. So without further ado, let's hop on inside the back and take a look at the leg space we've got in the rear seats. All right, so when you open up the rear door of the CT5V, you're gonna find the same great materials as you'll find in the front end. So on the door panel itself, lots of leather, soft touch materials, as well as your carbon fiber trim and your aluminum speaker grille plates. Now in terms of leg space, you've got plenty of it. You could comfortably seat 2 adult passengers back here, and you've also got a 3rd seat in the middle for someone a little bit smaller. Now the armrest itself is really nice, leather wrapped. You've got the cup holders inside here, pretty straightforward. And what I like about these rear seats is just how easy it is to fold them down. So if you grab this little handle right here, the seats are gonna fold down pretty much perfectly flat, giving you just a whole bunch of extra storage space for those longer items if you have you know, golf clubs or something like that. Now taking a seat inside, you will find on the rear console here, no climate controls, however you do have the rear climate vents. And then you've got a full-size car charger as well as your USB-C connectivity if you want to charge up another device. So without further ado, this concludes our in-depth review of the 2021 Cadillac CT5 V-Series. Of course, as always, if you've enjoyed this review video, drop a like. It really helps the channel out. And stay tuned for a review on the all-new Blackwing edition that's coming real soon. My name is Riley, and until then, we'll see you with the next video.